Doctors won't tell you this, but your body has a hidden switch that determines whether you store fat or burn it, and fasting is the key. Most people think losing fat is all about eating less and exercising more. But what if I told you it's not how much you eat, but when you eat that flips your metabolism from storing fat to burning it? Inside your body, there's a powerful hormone called insulin. It's your fat storage hormone. Every time you eat, especially carbohydrates or snacks between meals, insulin rises. And when insulin is high, your body is locked in storage mode. You can't burn fat, no matter how clean your diet is or how hard you work out. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. When you give your body time between meals through a specific fasting rhythm, you allow insulin to drop. And when insulin drops, your body finally gets permission to access its stored fat for fuel. You literally shift from being a sugar burner to becoming a fat burner. This isn't starvation. This is strategic fasting, metabolic intelligence. You're not depriving your body. You're teaching it to operate the way it was designed to. Think of it like this. Fasting doesn't slow down your metabolism. It wakes it up. It signals your body to repair, regenerate, and burn fat efficiently. It's not about restriction, it's about rhythm. Once you understand how to align your eating window with your biology, you'll unlock an energy and clarity you didn't think was possible. Have you ever tried strategic fasting to burn fat instead of counting calories? Let me know your experience in the comments below. If you've ever struggled to lose fat despite eating clean or counting calories, the missing link isn't your willpower, it's your hormones. Specifically, one hormone, insulin. Think of insulin as your body's energy manager. Its job is to take the fuel you eat and decide what to do with it. When you eat, especially foods that spike blood sugar like bread, rice, or sugary snacks, your body releases insulin to move that sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells for energy. But here's where the problem begins. Insulin is like a gatekeeper. It opens the door for sugar to enter your cells. And when there's too much sugar and not enough movement to burn it off, insulin stores the extra energy as fat. Now imagine that door stays open all the time. Every time you snack, sip a latte, or grab a handful of chips, insulin gets triggered. It's like you're constantly pressing the store fat button. Your body never gets the signal to unlock those fat reserves because insulin is always elevated. And when insulin is high, your body can't burn fat. It's biologically impossible. You're stuck in fat storage mode 24/7, no matter how healthy your meals look. This is why most diets fail. They focus on calories instead of chemistry. You can eat fewer calories, but if insulin is still elevated from frequent meals, snacks, or even stress, your body will hold on to fat for dear life. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smart. Until insulin drops, fat loss stays locked behind a biochemical door. Let's use a simple metaphor. Picture your fat cells as storage lockers and insulin as the security guard holding the key. When insulin levels are high, those lockers stay sealed tight. You can't take anything out. The more often you eat, the longer the guard stays on duty. But when insulin finally drops, usually after hours without food, the guard leaves, and suddenly your body can open those fat lockers and start burning stored energy. That's when real fat loss begins. Now here's the catch most people don't realize: our modern lifestyle keeps insulin high almost all the time. From the moment we wake up and eat breakfast to the snacks, lunches, dinners, and late night treats, we're constantly triggering insulin. Our ancestors didn't eat this way. They had long stretches without food, allowing insulin to drop and fat burning to kick in naturally. Today, we've lost that rhythm. We've become slaves to the constant feeding cycle, and insulin is running the show. The beauty of fasting is that it breaks this cycle naturally, effortlessly, and without extreme diets or pills. When you fast, you simply give your body time to lower insulin. No magic supplements, no gimmicks, just time. Once insulin begins to fall, your metabolism switches gears. You move from burning sugar to burning fat. You enter what I like to call metabolic flexibility, the ability to use both sugar and fat efficiently as fuel. That's when energy stabilizes, cravings fade, and your brain feels sharper than ever. And here's something fascinating. When insulin drops, not only does your body start burning fat, it also begins repairing itself. High insulin doesn't just trap fat, it accelerates aging, inflammation, and even the risk of chronic disease. That's why fasting is not just a fat loss tool, it's a healing mechanism. By reducing insulin naturally, you're also lowering inflammation, improving blood sugar control, and giving your cells a chance to detoxify and regenerate. Most people are unknowingly insulin resistant. That means their cells have become numb to insulin's signal because it's been elevated for too long. When that happens, your body has to produce even more insulin just to get the same job done. It's like shouting louder and louder to get someone's attention. They eventually tune you out. And while insulin levels climb, fat continues to accumulate, especially around the belly and organs. That's visceral fat, the dangerous kind that drives disease. But the moment you start fasting strategically, things begin to change. By creating space between meals, you lower insulin gradually and retrain your body to listen again. Over time, your cells become more insulin sensitive. That means your body can use insulin efficiently without needing to flood your system with it. This is the real reset button your metabolism needs. The beauty of it all is in its simplicity. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to count macros or obsess over meal prep. You just allow your body to do what it's naturally designed to do: heal and burn fat when insulin is low. Fasting doesn't mean starving yourself. It means giving your hormones a break, restoring balance, and finally working with your biology instead of against it. Once you understand insulin, the real villain of fat storage, you stop chasing calories and start focusing on chemistry. You stop fearing food and start respecting timing. You realize the power to transform your metabolism has been within you all along. The key was never in restriction, it was in rhythm. And fasting is that rhythm. When you start fasting, something incredible begins to happen beneath the surface, something that no diet or supplement can replicate. Your body shifts gears from burning sugar to burning fat. It's what I like to call the metabolic switch. At first, your body runs on glucose, the sugar stored in your blood and muscles. But after several hours without food, those sugar reserves begin to run low. This is where the magic happens. Once glycogen, the stored form of glucose, is depleted, your body has a decision to make: either slow down and panic or adapt and thrive. And because your body is brilliantly designed for survival, it adapts. It flips the switch from glucose burning to fat burning. Think of glycogen as the small amount of gas left in your car's tank. When that runs out, your body doesn't stall. It finds a bigger, cleaner fuel source: your stored fat. It's as if your metabolism opens the garage, looks around, and says, "All right, let's burn what's already here." Fat becomes your new energy currency. You begin tapping into those reserves that have been sitting untouched, especially the stubborn, visceral fat around your organs. This process, called fat oxidation, is where your body literally starts breaking down stored fat into usable energy. You're not just losing weight, you're changing your primary fuel source. Instead of being dependent on frequent meals or sugar hits for energy, you're now running on the clean, long-lasting power of fat. And the best part, you feel it. Your energy becomes stable. Your mind feels clear. Hunger fades because your body has learned to access its own fuel efficiently. Imagine your body as a hybrid engine. Most people are stuck in gasoline mode, running on glucose. It burns fast but leaves you dependent on constant refueling, meals, snacks, and caffeine. When you fast strategically, you shift into electric mode, fat burning. It's cleaner, quieter, and far more efficient. You're no longer chasing energy highs and lows. You're running on a steady current. That's metabolic freedom. Once the fat burning process accelerates, another powerful thing happens. Your liver begins producing ketones. Ketones are like rocket fuel for your brain and body. They're produced when fat is broken down, and they provide a steady, high-performance source of energy. This is why people who fast often report mental clarity, focus, and even euphoria. Ketones cross the blood-brain barrier easily, giving your brain a cleaner energy source than glucose. It's like switching from smoky coal to pure sunlight. The sequence goes like this. First, you burn glucose. Then, as glycogen stores fall, your body transitions to fat oxidation. Finally, you produce ketones, the byproduct of deep fat burning. That's the full metabolic evolution, glucose to fat to ketones. And every time you fast, you train your metabolism to make that switch faster and more efficiently. This isn't a stress to your body, it's a return to how your body was designed to operate. For most of human history, food wasn't available 24/7. Our ancestors went hours, even days, without eating. Their bodies learned to survive by burning fat for fuel. That's why fasting feels so natural once your metabolism adjusts. You're tapping into a primal intelligence that modern eating habits have silenced. Your body is not broken. It's brilliantly adaptive. When you stop eating for a period, it doesn't shut down, it gets smarter. It searches for alternative fuel, and the first place it looks is your stored fat. Picture your body as a fat burning furnace, igniting the moment insulin drops and glycogen depletes. The flames start small at first, but as fasting continues, the fire grows stronger and more efficient. Every cell becomes a tiny energy plant, pulling fuel from fat, burning cleaner, and producing less waste. And the beauty of this process is how it transforms how you feel. When you're burning fat, your energy stops depending on your next meal. You can skip breakfast or delay lunch and still feel sharp and energized. Hunger becomes quieter because your body has access to steady fuel. Your mood stabilizes because your blood sugar isn't bouncing up and down. It's not just fat loss, it's metabolic peace. Here's something even more fascinating. As your body becomes more metabolically flexible, it learns to transition seamlessly between fuel sources. You can burn sugar when you eat and fat when you fast. That's the hallmark of a healthy metabolism, the ability to switch between fuels without energy crashes or cravings. Unfortunately, most modern diets train the body to depend solely on sugar. That's why people feel fatigued, hungry, and anxious when they miss a meal. Their metabolic switch is rusted. Fasting oils that switch. It restores flexibility. When you give your body time without food, you're not starving it. You're teaching it to remember its natural rhythm. You're giving it permission to use what it already has, stored energy. Every fast, whether 16 hours or 24, reinforces this metabolic intelligence. Your body becomes a well-tuned machine that knows exactly when to store energy and when to burn it. Fasting isn't about deprivation, it's about activation. It activates the fat burning mode that's been waiting underneath layers of constant feeding and insulin spikes. Once that switch flips, you don't just lose fat, you gain control. Your energy, focus, and hunger all begin to work with you, not against you. You move through your day powered by your own internal energy source, not by external snacks or sugar hits. That's what it means to become a fat-burning human. Here's how you do it safely and powerfully. Strategic fasting isn't about pushing your body to the extreme. It's about creating the perfect window where healing and fat burning happen naturally. You're not depriving your body, you're guiding it into balance. The fasting pattern that delivers the most profound results for fat loss and insulin sensitivity is the extended fasting rhythm. Anywhere from a 20-hour daily fast to a full 36-hour reset once or twice a week. This approach allows insulin to drop low enough for your metabolism to switch into full fat burning mode while still giving your body the nutrients and recovery it needs. If you're just starting, begin by building your fasting muscle gradually. Start with a 16-eat-8 pattern, 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. Once that feels natural, extend it to 18-6 or 24. The 20-4 rhythm, where you fast for 20 hours and eat within a 4-hour window, is incredibly effective for teaching your body to rely on fat for fuel. It's long enough to deplete glycogen, activate autophagy, and lower insulin significantly. For even deeper healing, incorporate a 36-hour fast once a week or every other week. That's one full day of fasting plus the night before and after. For example, finish dinner on Sunday, then eat again at breakfast on Tuesday. This longer window gives your cells time to repair and allows fat burning to ramp up to its peak. But preparation is key. Before jumping into a 20-hour or 36-hour fast, spend a few days reducing your carbohydrate intake and increasing healthy fats: avocados, olive oil, eggs, grass-fed meat, and wild-caught fish. This transition helps your body shift from being a sugar burner to a fat burner, making fasting smoother and easier. Think of it as priming the engine before you take it on a long drive. If you go into a fast loaded with processed carbs and sugar, your body will crash early and cravings will hit hard. During the fasting window, hydration is everything. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Your body is releasing stored glycogen, which carries water with it, so staying hydrated is essential. You can also enjoy black coffee, plain tea, or sparkling water. These won't break your fast and can actually help suppress appetite and enhance fat burning. A pinch of sea salt or a few drops of electrolytes in your water can help maintain your minerals and prevent fatigue or headaches. Avoid artificial sweeteners, flavored drinks, or anything with calories. These can trigger insulin and pull you out of the fat burning state. The biggest mistake people make is underestimating how important it is to break the fast properly. After 20 or 36 hours without food, your digestive system is in a calm, reset state. You don't want to shock it with a heavy, carb-loaded meal. Start gently. Break your fast with a small portion of protein and fat, something like bone broth, eggs cooked in olive oil, or a handful of nuts. Give your digestive system an hour to adjust, then have your main meal with clean protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. Avoid sugar and refined carbs. They'll spike insulin and undo the metabolic benefits you just built. Remember, how you end your fast determines how powerful the next one will be. Another key tip: listen to your body, but not your cravings. Hunger comes in waves. It's not a constant emergency. When you feel a hunger wave, drink water, take a walk, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that your body is learning a new pattern. What you're feeling isn't deprivation, it's your metabolism waking up. The longer you stay in the fasted state, the more your body adapts and the easier it becomes. Within a few days or weeks, fasting no longer feels like effort. It feels like freedom. Avoid the common traps. Don't think of fasting as punishment for overeating. It's not a quick fix, it's a rhythm of metabolic intelligence. Don't break your fast with junk food or huge portions. Don't use fasting as an excuse to binge later. The power of fasting comes from the balance between restraint and nourishment. You're teaching your body to operate on precision, not chaos. And don't underestimate recovery. After a long fast, give yourself quality sleep and avoid overtraining. Exercise can amplify fat burning, but during extended fasts, keep it light: walks, stretching, or low-intensity movement. Save your intense workouts for eating days when your energy stores are replenished. When you follow this pattern, something remarkable happens. You stop chasing food and start feeling in control of your energy. Your insulin sensitivity improves, meaning your body needs less insulin to manage blood sugar. Fat burning becomes effortless. You'll notice your appetite stabilizing, your mind clearing, and your cravings disappearing. You've reprogrammed your metabolism to run on its most natural, efficient fuel, your stored fat. Fasting isn't about deprivation, it's about alignment. You're sensing your biology with its natural rhythm. You're showing your body that it can thrive, repair, and energize without constant feeding. Every hour of fasting strengthens your metabolic flexibility, teaching your cells to respond to insulin properly, burn fat efficiently, and protect against inflammation. The more consistent you are, the stronger that adaptation becomes. So when you fast strategically, whether it's 20 hours daily or a 36-hour reset, you're not just skipping meals. You're turning on your body's healing intelligence. You're giving it time to detox, restore, and rebuild from the inside out. You're not fighting your metabolism. You're mastering it. When you go long enough without food, something extraordinary happens inside your body. It's not just about burning fat. It's about renewal. Your cells literally start cleaning themselves from the inside out through a powerful process called autophagy. The word comes from Greek, meaning self-eating. But don't let that scare you. It's one of the most beneficial processes your body can experience. Think of autophagy as your body's internal janitorial system. When you fast, your cells finally get the time and space to take out the trash, repair broken parts, and rebuild themselves stronger. Most people never activate this natural cleanup cycle because they eat too often. Constant eating keeps insulin high, and high insulin switches off autophagy. Your body is too busy digesting food to repair itself. But when you fast, insulin drops and your body enters a completely different mode, one focused on deep healing and restoration. Your cells become like skilled maintenance workers. They start scanning for damaged proteins, weak mitochondria, and malfunctioning cell parts that are slowing you down. Instead of letting them accumulate and cause inflammation, your body recycles them into usable energy. It's an elegant system of self-renewal. Picture your body as a city. Every cell is like a building, and over time, debris, waste, and damaged structures pile up. When you fast long enough, usually after 16 to 24 hours, the cleanup crew finally gets the green light to start working. Broken machinery gets dismantled, old materials are recycled, and new construction begins. By the time you reach the 36-hour mark, autophagy peaks. The city is glowing again, stronger, cleaner, and more efficient than before. That's why fasting feels so rejuvenating. You're not just losing fat, you're rebuilding yourself at the cellular level. Autophagy plays a massive role in fat loss because it helps your body use stored energy more intelligently. When old, damaged cells are cleared out, your metabolism runs smoother. It's like cleaning out the filters in your car's engine. Suddenly, everything operates with less resistance. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells, become more efficient at burning fat for fuel. You're not just lighter, you're running cleaner. But the benefits go beyond fat loss. Autophagy also protects your muscles during fasting. This surprises a lot of people who fear that fasting leads to muscle breakdown. In reality, the body is far too smart to destroy valuable tissue when energy is low. Instead, autophagy breaks down old, weak proteins and recycles them into new ones. Your body becomes more resourceful, not wasteful. It conserves muscle while burning fat and removing cellular junk. That's why many people who fast regularly notice better muscle tone, faster recovery, and fewer aches or joint pains. Autophagy also has a powerful detox effect. When cells clean themselves, they remove oxidized molecules and toxic buildup that cause inflammation and aging. You're essentially pressing the reset button on your cellular health. Many chronic diseases, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, even neurodegenerative conditions are linked to poor cellular maintenance. Fasting activates the very system designed to prevent that damage. It's nature's detox protocol built right into your biology. And here's what makes it even more fascinating. Autophagy doesn't require supplements or expensive treatments. It's triggered simply by time and discipline. Once insulin drops low enough, your body naturally transitions into repair mode. Around the 16-hour mark, autophagy begins quietly in the background. By 24 hours, it ramps up significantly. Around 36 hours, it reaches its peak. Your cells are in full cleanup mode. This is why a 36-hour fast, done strategically, is one of the most powerful ways to rejuvenate your metabolism and accelerate fat loss. During this stage, people often describe feeling lighter, clearer, and mentally sharper. That's not a coincidence, it's biology. As old, dysfunctional cells are removed, inflammation drops, and new, healthier cells take their place. Your brain benefits too. Autophagy protects neurons, improves communication between brain cells, and even boosts the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factors, BDNF, a protein linked to learning, memory, and mental clarity. You literally start thinking clearer because your brain is getting cleaned and upgraded from within. Think of it this way. If your house is cluttered and messy, you can't move freely and everything feels chaotic. But once you clean it, donate what you don't need, and organize what's left, the energy shifts. You feel lighter, calmer, more focused. That's what fasting does inside your body. Autophagy clears out the biological clutter so your systems run smoothly again. One of the most empowering parts of this process is that you control the switch. You decide when to enter this healing zone. Every hour you extend your fast beyond that 15-hour threshold gives your body more time to repair, renew, and detoxify. You're giving your body permission to stop consuming and start restoring. It's not punishment, it's an act of self-care at the deepest level. And when you finally break your fast after a period of intense autophagy, your body is primed to rebuild. Nutrients are absorbed more efficiently. Protein is used more effectively. Even your immune system strengthens because fasting clears out old immune cells and replaces them with new, more responsive ones. So, autophagy isn't just a buzzword. It's the foundation of metabolic healing. It's what turns fasting from a fat loss tool into a rejuvenation strategy. You're not just burning calories, you're upgrading your biology. Every fast gives your body the chance to clean house, eliminate what no longer serves you, and rebuild from a stronger foundation. When you activate autophagy, you're not only accelerating fat loss, you're awakening your body's most powerful self, repair mechanism. The real power of fasting isn't in doing it once. It's in turning it into a rhythm, a way of living that aligns with how your body was designed to function. Fasting isn't a diet you start and stop, it's a lifestyle upgrade. It's about reclaiming control over your energy, your hunger, and your health. You're not depriving your body, you're giving it space to heal, to rest, to burn fat, and to perform the way it was meant to. Once you understand this, fasting stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like freedom. The first step is to build flexibility. You don't have to fast the same way every day. In fact, cycling your fasting windows is one of the best ways to keep your metabolism strong and prevent adaptation. Think of it as metabolic training. You can do 16-8 on most days, fasting for 16 hours, eating within an 8-hour window. Then, 1 or 2 days a week, extend it to 20s and 8-4, where you fast for 20 hours and have one main meal in a 4-hour window. And if you're ready for deeper repair, add in a 36-hour fast once every week or two. By cycling these fasting lengths, your body never gets stuck in one pattern. It keeps adapting, becoming more resilient and efficient at burning fat. It's also important to remember that fasting doesn't mean neglecting nutrition. When you do eat, make those meals count. Focus on real, whole foods, foods that keep insulin low and nourish your body at the cellular level. Build your plate around high-quality protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich vegetables. Add olive oil, avocados, eggs, wild-caught fish, grass-fed meat, and nuts. These foods work with your fast, not against it. They stabilize blood sugar, extend satiety, and keep your hormones balanced. Avoid processed carbs, seed oils, and refined sugar. These are the true disruptors of your metabolic rhythm. One of the biggest concerns people have is, will fasting slow down my metabolism? The truth is, the opposite happens when you do it strategically. Short-term fasting boosts metabolism by increasing norepinephrine, a hormone that enhances fat burning. The only time metabolism slows is when fasting turns into chronic under-eating or stress. That's why cycling matters. Periods of refeeding, when you eat nutrient-dense meals between fasts, signal your body that food is available, so it stays in a thriving state. You're training your metabolism to be flexible, not fragile. As you make fasting part of your lifestyle, you'll notice a shift in how your body communicates with you. Hunger stops feeling like panic. It becomes a gentle signal. You'll wake up feeling light and clear, not desperate for breakfast. Your energy will rise steadily throughout the day instead of crashing mid-afternoon. You'll notice you're more productive, more present, and more in tune with your body's natural rhythm. That's not coincidence, it's biology. When insulin stabilizes, your brain works better, your mood improves, and your focus sharpens. You're not just burning fat, you're unlocking vitality. The key to making this sustainable is balance. Some days you'll fast longer, some days shorter. Some days you'll feast, others you'll rest. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Learn to listen to your body. If you're feeling fatigued, stressed, or not sleeping well, shorten your fast or take a refeed day. If you feel energized and light, extend your fast. This is metabolic mastery, not rigid dieting, but intelligent adjustment. You're the pilot, and fasting is your instrument for tuning your biology. Another way to enhance this lifestyle is to pair fasting with movement and mindset. Exercise amplifies fasting's effects, especially when done in a fasted state. A morning walk, light resistance training, or even yoga during your fasting window helps your body tap deeper into fat stores. And your mindset, that's the true anchor. Fasting isn't just a physical process, it's mental discipline. Each fast you complete rewires your relationship with food and strengthens your confidence. You learn that hunger isn't an emergency and that you're in control, not your cravings. The longer you live this way, the more effortless it becomes. You stop counting hours or obsessing over your next meal because fasting becomes second nature. It's woven into your day. You start noticing the deeper benefits. Clearer skin, steadier emotions, better digestion, and even spiritual clarity. You begin to feel proud of your discipline and grateful for your body's intelligence. You start trusting it again. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this lifestyle is that it reminds you of something essential. You don't need constant consumption to thrive. You don't need to eat all day to feel alive. You simply need to give your body the time and space to do what it was built to do: heal, burn fat, and regenerate. Every fast becomes an act of trust, a reminder that your body knows exactly how to balance itself when you stop getting in the way. Your body is a miracle of design. It's capable of far more than you've been led to believe. When you fast strategically, you awaken that potential. You unlock your fat burning power, you reset your hormones, and you reclaim your health, not through force, but through rhythm and respect. So start small, stay consistent, and let the results speak for themselves. Your body has been waiting for this reset. Your only job now is to give it the time to do what it does best. Start fasting strategically and watch what happens.